It is the Riot Podcast for Thursday, February 10th, and we made it through.
Well,
we recorded the whole thing.
Yeah.
All we
job,
have to do
guys.
is this
we did
now.
A show.
Wow.
Yay.
Incredible.
We could stop right now. This would be...
Complete
we officially
enough.
be job well done. The show would be good.
We're very excited because, we're all up for the Super Bowl this weekend.
Yeah.
And, we're ready for the end of the week. So enjoy today's podcast. And then we just have tomorrow, and that completes another week.
Practically the weekend already.
We're almost there.
And what makes a better weekend than a weekend that you get to save a dog's life?
Oh, come
Stop
on.
it.
Hudson, please.
As we circle back yet again.
Please. I don't want to let this
Hudson
go.
is considering adopting a dog.
A second dog.
Then I'm not going to get it. I'm not considering it.
He's
I'm not
considering,
going to
heavily
do it.
considering.
You
No, I'm
are.
not.
So you guys
Don't
can
close
text
your heart
in.
and your mind to that.
Help convince Hudson that this might be a good investment.
It doesn't matter how many people text in and tell me to do it.
Well, then look at that.
All these people are
You
not
don't love
actually
our
involved.
listeners?
They're
Is
not
that what you're
involved. They're not
saying?
going to help me take care of the dog.
They can be supportive.
They're not going to help me
Yes.
pay for the
They would
dog.
love
And
the
I know
dog.
it's the whole reason I brought up the dog thing is because you
Is
can
it
get
only
a
about
discount.
money?
No, it's not about money.
It's
But,
$18.
I can pay the $18. That's not the point. But everything, you guys know dogs are expensive.
They
All of
are.
a sudden, I've got to buy twice as much dog food. I've got to go to the vet twice as often. I've got to...
I hear it is about money.
But can you put a number on love, though?
Oh,
I don't love the dog yet. I
you
haven't
don't know,
met
but
any
if
of
you
them.
met him, why don't
But
you
I'm not
have
going to meet him.
You can have him spend the night. Like if you didn't know that with shelters, you
Oh,
can
yeah.
you can kind of take the dogs out for a night
sleepover.
or for a week or do a sleepover
Yeah,
event
but then
with
I feel
them.
even worse when I had to say no. I'm
Well,
not
what would you
keeping it.
say, just for the listening audience, what do you say is like the percentage odds that you get this animal?
0%.
Zero.
Oh.
You've been teasing us the whole show. I've been led on, led astray.
You know what zero
hoodwinked.
sounds like? A good name for a dog.
Zero?
It is, yes. That's a
Yep.
good name.
Uh-huh.
There was 0% chance
my
I was going to get this dog. Look
And I
here.
got him.
At the house. Here we
Tie
are.
right into Nightmare Before Christmas. That's the name of the dog in The Nightmare Before
And
Christmas. You
isn't
didn't know
Zero
that?
a candy
Oh,
bar?
yeah, it is. I forgot about
yeah,
that.
the ghost. Yeah.
Well, listen,
But,
guys, and just encourage Hudson if you feel like the spirit moves you, as we hope and pray that it'll move
That'd be
in
a good
this
name for a dog.
weekend.
Spirit?
Yeah.
Spirit.
That's
Maybe,
a horse
or
thing,
a horse.
though.
Yeah, it's a horse.
Yeah, you're right.
It's not happening. Maybe not 0.0, but it's not happening, okay?
Yeah, we talked about that.
Me thinketh that, what is it, protesteth too
Too
much?
much.
Yes.
If somebody kept track of all the things where we protest too much on the show.
Oh, yeah, you
And
have
if they actually were, if that held true.
a long list.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about dogs. Then we went to cats.
Yep.
And we talked about how the kitten bowl canceled.
Wah, wah.
Eric gave our cat a bath for the first time last night.
How'd that go?
It was intense. He had to hold him because, my cat, he's like maybe 6-7 months old and he's never had a bath because his fur just doesn't need it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
they're very clean animals.
They are, but I think
Which is why I'm more
I don't
likely to
think
get a
he's-
cat than a dog.
I think that you could have filmed it and it could have been a kitten bowl right there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It would have done wonders on your TikTok.
That's right.
Yeah, I think whenever I think of I can't even imagine trying to bathe the cat. 'Cause don't they hate water?
Some, but it just really depends on the cat itself.
I had a cat it lived a long time. I had two, but one lived 15 years, the
Wow.
first 15 years of my life. I don't think we ever bathed it.
You don't have to often.
Yeah, I don't think we ever once.
We had an outdoor cat that we obviously never bathed. His
The
name was-
rain bathed it.
Yeah, exactly. He was outside. His name was Mr. Crackers. He lived in our we had a garage that he lived in, and I remember I was young. Mr. Crackers. We ended up having to rehome him to a farm because
How can you rehome an outdoor cat?
because Mr. Crackers, it turned out he actually wasn't a mister.
Mrs.
And he had a bunch of kittens.
Oh no!
And we had kittens running around everywhere. It was awesome. I loved it. My parents were
Hated it.
traumatized. 'Cause we got all these kittens running around everywhere around our property. They're making sure they're not hitting them as we're pulling in the driveway.
sure.
And
yeah.
so we had to rehome the whole family.
What if you missed a kitten too? And that
I know.
kitten-
All of a sudden, we took them all to the farm, and then the next day, there's just this little kitten just kind of walking around. I'm like, oh, we forgot one.
Mrs. Crackers.
Mrs. Crackers. She's gonna be so mad at us. But yeah, so that was my cat story. That was the only cat we ever
So
had.
your family rehomed a whole family of kittens.
Yeah,
and you're
rehomed
giving
them.
me a hard time about not adopting a dog.
See, it's different because Mr. Crackers, he was an outdoor cat. He wasn't like
She.
So that's even less
but he's
maintenance.
always been
Even
he to
less
me,
maintenance than a
What, you
dog.
want an
Yes.
outdoor dog? What do you want?
What do you want,
No, I
Hudson?
don't want
You want
another.
a cat?
I have
We can
one.
look into
One is
cats.
enough. One is
He
enough.
can go back to Mrs. Crackers on the farm and
Yeah.
get one of those kittens.
What about birds? You seem kind of like a bird
Oh
guy.
gosh, no one wants a bird.
Nobody
no one wants a
It'd be
bird.
so funny if you got one.
I know
That's the
somebody
only
that
animal I'd be like, and he flew outside.
and he
oh, no.
got away.
I've known people that have
Again.
birds, and it never ends well.
Oh, God.
You walk
and
into the
it
house,
never
it's so
starts well
loud.
because that bird has to wear a diaper and
Oh,
stuff. It's
no.
horrible. I don't.
Ugh.
They try to dance around it. They call it a flight suit. It's a diaper.
A flight suit?
Don't try to make it sound like something it's not. You're
bird-
putting a diaper on a bird, and
You're a
you're
pet bird.
saying that this is a good investment.
If you have a pet bird in general,
Yeah.
like, you can't make a bird cool. There's no way.
And then
Yeah, but I've
what
seen
happens?
some TikToks and like YouTube videos that'll make you cry of like the birds that have that disorder where they pluck all their feathers out.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're just completely like naked birds and they can't be out. So they have to have like a home. And it's always some lady whose children have moved out.
Oh yeah.
And you know, like it's
The
fine.
bird loves her,
The bird
yeah.
loves her, and it can't grow its feathers back. But like they have a bond, you know, like
The o-
that's okay.
The only way I could ever have a bird is if it would sit on my shoulder,
Oh, they would totally do that.
because then that would be cool.
Then
If
they
I-
poop
like just
on
all
your
the
shoulder.
time.
yeah, if I
Yeah,
was
you have
able
to
to like
train it kind of well.
Yeah, you got to give it commands. That's an important thing for me. Like attack will be the first one we learn.
See, you don't have to command a bird to do that. I had a friend that had a bird. The bird would attack you. It would
Oh,
just
really?
do that.
Yeah,
Yep,
that was
it
a
would
fun
just attack,
sleepover.
and then it would sit on your sock if you had your shoes off and like chew on your sock. It was horrible. Hated it.
Okay, well,
And
And then
I went over
they
there.
put their diaper on it, and now I'm just thinking like, what if the bird escaped with the diaper on, and then has
see
to
a
live the
bird
rest of
just
its
go
life
by.
with its
to live
diaper?
the rest of the
With
life.
the diaper on.
It'd be easy to spot though.
Changing a
Stick
bird's
out.
diaper.
You never
Ah.
miss it.
Hey, we're at 7 minutes.
Yeah.
I think we should go
We
and just
can't
start the
explore
podcast.
any deeper to the bird diaper
What'd you
situation.
guys talk on the podcast today? Well, diapers
Bird
and birds.
Birds. Nothing we actually talked about.
This is
there.
the bonus content, though. Yeah, you don't get this if you listen to the show.
Well, again, make sure you text your encouraging words to whoever you want in this room for whatever they might do this Valentine's weekend. So make sure you text 877-2-RADIO-U and throw in that you're a podcast listener and enjoy the podcast today.
Catch you next time.
Bye.
you guys.
You might be thinking that this won't be quite as bad the second time around. Well, you'd be greatly mistaken. You're listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Happy Thursday, Nikki.
Good morning, Hudson. Good morning, everybody.
How are we doing?
Good. And you?
Doing just fine.
Good to hear.
Do we got any snacks for today or anything? Or?
Oh, for like taste testing?
Yeah, I mean, we've just been eating a lot lately. So
There's still a lot in the break room, so I don't know. We might need like a behind the scenes snack day. We
Yeah.
clean that out.
a break day.
Yeah, we still have the birthday celebration Oreos.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we'll do that tomorrow.
Yeah, you know what? We should probably have somebody finish the cake before we dive into eating more new things to open up in there.
That could be good. I mean, I didn't look to see how much is left.
Yeah, I didn't see this morning either, but there's been a debate going on around the building for who's been cutting the cake oddly.
Like cutting pieces?
Yeah.
Is someone
Have you
making
seen that?
I only saw the first one.
Somebody cut it diagonally
Yeah.
the first time. And it's funny because Sydney and Isaiah and I were all in the room when the cake was first cut.
Yeah.
And I can't remember how it came up, but one of us made a joke. I think it was Isaiah about cutting it diagonally.
Well, it sounds like
But-
one of the group.
But it wasn't us because we were all there. And so then the next day when I came in and I saw it diagonally, I was like, oh, it must have been Isaiah.
Sure.
And I asked Isaiah, he's like, no, it wasn't me. And then we asked Sydney, no, it wasn't her. And so that was the diagonal cut.
And that's the one that's
and
on the
Nene
left
also
of it?
denied. Yes.
Okay,
and
it's not
Nene's
me.
also denied that.
It's not me.
We're running out of people.
Well,
And then we're starting to see like circular cuts, like somebody's putting a cup into the cake
Okay,
and
now
then just like
that-
lifting it out.
I will tell you that's a very popular way to cut cakes now. It's not me.
Yeah.
Just so you know, but that is a popular way to do it.
That doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
It does, because then
That's
you
like
don't. You don't have to do any mess or anything like that. You just take a cup, scoop it out.
There wasn't a mess if you just cut it with a knife.
Well, they say at parties it works really well.
Yeah, but then you have so much wasted cake.
You don't. You're just going to wait for someone else to go cut it poorly again and then do a cup thing.
That's just. I think that's a way to get. That's a way to get a lot of waste, or to get not enough cake for yourself. Because when you do it with. Let's say you're making cookies, right?
Sure.
Or biscuits, and you've got all the dough laid out, and then you've got the cookie cutter that's a circle, and you do that. But then what do you have after you do all the cookies? Then you have a big sheet of with a bunch of holes in it.
No, I think you'll have to watch videos of. Again, that was a very popular trend. You can make it work.
They're gonna have to start making square cups if that's how people are gonna start cutting the cake. That is an insane way to do it.
Listen, I didn't know the cake was so much controversy.
Yeah, it's
over
weird
in there.
too because I've only had like half a piece.
Sure.
And still, I'm very invested in why it's being cut so strangely.
I think at this point we need to freeze it and bring it back out later.
For evidence?
Yeah, just until we're ready to talk about it.
Yeah, until somebody's ready to confess.
I feel like someone's just not telling the truth.
I think somebody wants to be the subject of the show.
With their cake.
Yeah. Well, we're on to you. We're gonna find you.
Yeah! You were one of the lucky few who missed the riot when they were live. Yet here you are.
I also like to live dangerously.
This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
We have here the Vermont State Police Bomb Squad.
Oh, no.
I wonder how many times they have to really put that into action.
The bomb squad?
Feels like there wouldn't be a lot of bombs in Vermont.
Well, maybe there's just a lot of calls as, what's this?
Yeah,
and
right.
the squad comes out
It just
not
says-
knowing if it's a bomb or not.
They say, no, that's not a bomb. It's just sticky maple syrup or something. I don't know.
Sure.
So they were called into Georgia, which is the first confusing part of the story. Because there's a town called Georgia,
Georgia,
in Vermont.
Vermont.
Yes.
I see.
So they weren't crossing several states. So the Vermont State Police Bomb Squad was called to a home in Georgia, Vermont on Tuesday. Their task was to take care of some dynamite. The reason they were supposed to get rid of the dynamite is because the dynamite had reached its expiration date.
Oh, I didn't know dynamite expires.
Yeah, neither did I.
Never touched it, never had it, but I guess, you're surprised when things expire.
Right. Food has expiration dates.
Why not
But you didn't
dynamite?
realize if you had like a stockpile of dynamite, you got to be, FIFO. First in, first out, because you don't want it to expire on you. So that's exactly what happened in Georgia, Vermont. There's a house. I don't know why. They do say it was legally owned and licensed.
Sure.
Dynamite. But it had expired, so they had to call in the bomb squad to safely dispose of it.
They say basically as dynamite gets older and older, it starts to just get degrades.
Yeah.
So the nitroglycerin is a liquid that'll leach out and crystallize outside of it. And the crystals.
Much like maple syrup.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's just like it's
You can
filled
see
with
how the
it.
confusion would
I
come into
know.
place.
The bomb squad's like, is that maple syrup? So basically, professional disposal has to come in because if you see crystals on dynamite, it's not like dynamite, it's dangerous already.
Yeah, right.
But now it's even more dangerous.
Yeah, so it turns out it took them 3.5 hours to dispose of this, which that does feel like a lot. I guess they burned it in a controlled fashion on site instead of trying to transport it somewhere. Because in my mind, I'm just like, what? The dynamite was in a box. It's starting to leak. You pick up the box.
Move it?
You throw it in the garbage. Like, what do you do?
Oh my gosh, not the garbage.
Not the garbage. I guess that wouldn't be.
Trash
Anybody
day.
could do that. You don't need the bomb squad.
Dude, trash day would be epic.
Yeah. I think if they started to use the compress, the crush, that'd probably get bad. But they have safely gotten rid of the expired dynamite. But this is a reminder to everyone, check the expiration date on your dynamite.
I don't know who has dynamite,
Yeah.
but if you don't say something about it, you'd be surprised.
Well,
they
maybe-
say they get a call about this about once a year.
Once a year. That's the only reason they have the bomb squad in Vermont. Because somebody has expired dynamite. They say you could get it, like this person may have had it for quarrying operations, stump removal, or construction.
And
Yeah.
that actually seems believable, but
There's a lot of stumps in
and,
Vermont.
in some areas where it's just you in your
Yeah,
house, and
right.
you're like, how do I clear that tree?
Yeah.
Dynamite actually seems
Why
like
not?
a reasonable explanation where us in the city,
Yeah.
we're not allowed to have that.
Of course not.
I can barely have trees.
Right.
Store at room temperature? Now that they can do. The Riot Radio U.
Good morning, Isaiah.
Hi there.
Did you get a haircut? I noticed it yesterday.
I got a haircut last week sometime.
Oh, right on time, Hudson.
Sometime last week. I don't know
what?
when.
Must have been on Thursday.
Maybe it was
because
Thursday.
I was out on Friday.
Yeah, it might have been.
And then I didn't notice on Monday.
Because it had grown in a bit by then.
Yeah.
Right, so,
No worries, no worries.
nice haircut.
Thank you.
There. Would be a shame if something were to
happen to it?
What are you going to do, cut my hair like when I'm sleeping in the studio or something?
You sleep in the studio?
Every day.
So let's go to Russia, where we're going to talk about art. Might not seem like the most exciting topic, but get a load of this. We have a security guard. His first day on the job, he caused damage to a painting worth $1 million.
Was it when he was supposed to be protecting then?
Yeah, he's a security guard. His job is to make sure nothing happens to the art, but something happened to it.
The museum didn't know that they should protect the art from him.
Yeah, exactly. We have, but so here's what happened. You might think, oh, he just was, he let his guard down and somebody came in and started touching the paintings or something. Actually, no. Apparently, this security guard got bored on his first day on the job. He started drawing on one of the paintings.
Oh,
with
no.
Yeah, I don't know. You know what? Look at that. Look at his little touch up he did. See what you think he
Why is he
used.
drawing on the art?
No way.
It's
That's what
very-
he did?
Yeah.
It's
Oh, my
awesome.
God.
He drew eyes.
He drew eyes on the art.
On these faceless figurines.
Yeah. He so
Like no one would notice.
and we keep saying I don't think we know. We it could be. It,
No offense, you two, but it does feel like a he.
it feels like a
Yeah,
guy.
it
thing,
definitely
doesn't it?
does.
They say they haven't identified.
and who has a pen on them nowadays?
Yeah, exactly.
They should confiscate all pens before you
Yeah.
go into an art gallery. So then maybe that should have been his job. But so he got bored his first day on the job. They have not revealed who it is, but it is believed to be a 60-year-old who worked for this private security company. And again, they say 60 years old. They don't say man or woman.
Sure.
Just saying. So they say that the damage to the painting, that'd be what? 250,000 Russian rubles.
Well-
does anybody have the conversion rate memorized? for
Doesn't
that?
matter. It's a lot of money. It's
It's
all
a lot
you
of
need to know.
rubles.
That is a lot. And they say they were just kind of explaining what else might happen to the person.
Yeah.
Because someone else had caused problems with another piece of art.
Uh-oh.
And so what you get is like a fine and then what is called a corrected labor sentence.
Uh-oh.
So that's like jail, but labor jail.
Oh, no.
I don't want to do that. That's a no.
That's horrible.
That's it does.
But he's not going to be a security guard. That's not his labor that he's going to have to be doing. That's for sure. So,
No chance. Especially because like he got bored on the very first day that he's working there. Like, how do you get bored on the first day of your job? And if you're a security guard at a museum, the very first thing you do is, well, I'm kind of bored. Maybe I should draw on the art.
You're working overnight. No one else is there. I can see like doodling on paper, but to get up,
Yeah.
walk over to the art, which is hanging on the wall, and doodle it on the wall is even weirder.
He obviously hated art. He didn't just, he hated, because he was bored, right? He could have walked around. I don't know how many paintings were in and sculptures and whatnot were in this gallery, but he could have observed them, tried to learn from them. Instead, he goes defacing them. This guy. Come
Also,
on.
like this art here is worth. It says it's worth like $740,000, right? But like, how is this even worth $740,000?
Oh,
There's not even a
yeah.
face on it.
I know.
There's not even a face on
They
it.
didn't finish.
They didn't even finish
Is
it.
it your dad who did that? 'Cause
Yes.
It sounds like you're taking
I'm
his
just
side.
saying, I understand where he's coming from. He was trying to finish the art. He was trying to put the eyes on. It's
No.
literally just these faces. They're just plain. Like, I'm not going to lie. I could have drawn this.
He should have
I could have drawn this.
He should have put the googly eyes on.
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Not
You
drawing.
know what, though? Have you guys ever been to art galleries where, I'm not saying I've been to a lot, but sometimes it's not always clear what is art
Sure.
and what is not.
Yeah, this
so
is
maybe
art,
he just,
though.
I mean,
No.
This is a
from the-
painting. This is definitely
You
art.
can
It
tell.
looks
If
like
it's
it,
a
but if it was
sculpture,
like, if it was
that's
out
different.
of place somewhere, if it was put like as if some of the art was where the painting was placed.
And I bet you on his first day, you know how you do a walkthrough?
Yeah.
They're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Protect that.
This one's really important. He's like, I'll remember that for
Okay.
later.
There's a sign that says "Do not touch," but he's like, it does not say "Do not draw."
I'm just helping. And now the picture can see you.
The Riot promise is that they'll always have an opinion on everything they talk about. But that doesn't mean any of their opinions will make sense. This is The Riot on Radio U.
Bad news that I'm just gonna break to you. Just gonna rip the Band-Aid off.
All right, that's the best way.
The Kitten Bowl is canceled.
The Kitten Bowl.
The Kitten Bowl.
That's not the Puppy Bowl.
No.
Is
Different
that-
things, different animals.
So the Kitten
Different
Bowl.
bowls.
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
You've never watched the Kitten Bowl?
No, the Puppy Bowl, I think, is Discovery,
Animal Planet, right?
which is, I think, Discovery.
Yeah, right. They're all the Discovery Plus.
Is it all the
I guess if
same?
you had the streaming service, it would all be the same to you.
So I guess in my mind, for the Puppy Bowl, that included cats also.
Maybe do the cats come out at halftime? I don't know.
I don't know, but
I've
it
never
looks-
watched the Puppy Bowl that intently.
So it looks like the Kitten Bowl is Hallmark Channel.
Yeah, well, it was.
It was, not anymore?
It was Hallmark Channel. Apparently,
Is it COVID?
no. Apparently, the Hallmark. Maybe the kittens are on strike.
Maybe.
They I guess they're locked out in baseball, but similar situation. No, the Kitten Bowl, Hallmark put out their this is great. They put out their schedule for Love-uary.
Oh.
They're not even trying. That's not a pun or anything.
Oh, I bet you.
That could be any.
I know
Well,
why.
either of the first 2 months.
Okay, this is totally why. The Super Bowl is later this year.
Uh-huh.
And so that's interrupting Valentine's
You're right.
weekend.
That's a
and
good point.
Hallmark makes their money from
You
Valentine's.
can't interrupt Valentine's with kittens. Who loves kittens? So the Kitten Bowl was noticeably absent. That led people to start asking, where is the Kitten Bowl? And Hallmark said, while we are not currently developing original animal-centric programming, Hallmark Channel is pleased to support partners like North Shore Animal League as part of our commitment to social responsibility initiatives.
I think
so that
the-
makes it sound like they're never going to do it again.
I think the Kitten Bowl and I think the Puppy Bowl uses like cats and dogs from animal
Oh,
shelters.
yeah, right.
So that was always a nice way to promote, let's adopt, not shop, that
Yeah.
sort of thing.
Oh, you know what? That reminds me.
What?
Did you know, I'm sure this isn't just in our area, but they're like the animal shelter in our area.
Yeah.
They're doing $18 adoptions for Valentine's.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the dogs are so cute. Like, it's the dogs that have been there
You
for
should
a
get
while.
a second dog.
Oh, I know. I'm trying
come
to.
on, Hudson, get a
I don't
second
know.
dog.
I don't know.
Come on. Oh, okay.
There
push
was
it.
a dog that was so cute. I was trying to convince my wife. I don't know. She's going to say yes.
Oh my gosh, what can we do to
that
make
would be
that
the
happen?
most exciting weekend, but I don't know.
You
if
need
it's
to
gonna work
make
out.
a TikTok showing the dog and your dog, and then if it gets so many likes, like you can adopt. Oh, I'm so excited to hear that. Make
But
that
yeah,
happen.
But maybe we'll see. I don't think it's likely. But back to the matter at hand, the Kitten Bowl. So the Kitten Bowl is not happening this year. You're not going to be able to find it. You know what, though? Unless you're somebody who's watched, it's gone on for 8 years. Unless you've watched all 8, you can probably just go back and watch one of the recent ones.
Well, I didn't want to tell
Like, how
Hallmark
different are they
Channel.
really?
I didn't even know they did this.
Yeah. but the good news is for going forward, have you heard of a channel called GAC Family?
No, I don't think so.
It says that GAC Family, which is also owned by Crown Media, which owns Hallmark, that GAC Family started making some headlines in December because they have been putting out Hallmark Channel-esque TV movies as well.
So maybe they'll do kitten
and
stuff.
they may be interested in making the Kitten Bowl happen in the future, but not this year.
Well, until then, you have the Puppy Bowl still going on. And of course, you have the actual Big Boy Bowl.
Right.
So you have that too.
I'm sure, and
With
I'm
all
sure
the
you
good
can find
boys.
some like kitten compilations on YouTube or TikTok.
You can find something somewhere.
And that'll fill the void of the Kitten Bowl as well.
Please get a second dog. Please. Thank you.
I feel a lot of pressure now. I shouldn't have brought it up.
Hudson, Nikki, The Riot on Radio U.
You ever bring up something and then you wish
You
the
took it
words
back?
didn't come out of your mouth
Oh, no,
because
I'm
somebody
on
won't
it.
let it go?
So for $18,
Yeah.
Hudson can adopt a second dog.
Save a dog's life, Hudson.
That's right. This Valentine's. And you could totally do that. You have enough room.
No,
Yeah.
I don't. I don't have that big
You
of
don't
a
have
house.
$18 to save a dog's
I have
life.
$18.
Let me get my wallet.
I know, right? We'll give
It's
you $18,
not the money. It's
Hudson.
not the money up front. Although that's what makes it tempting to do it. Besides that the dogs are just so cute, but I don't have enough space. And
I'm
I don't
hearing
know if I can take
excuses.
care. Yeah, yes.
What do you mean?
they're
You already take
valid
care of one dog. It's
excuses.
the same thing. You just twice the amount of food. So
You
big
have
deal.
2 dogs?
No, I only have one.
Then why don't you get another
Because
dog?
I
then?
couldn't even handle one dog.
That's what I'm
My
saying.
dog
That's
is,
what I'm
Your
saying.
dog, Zafira, is good. She's a good dog.
She would love a
Jim's
little
terrible.
friend.
I don't know if she's that good.
Good enough for another.
Well, I'm in the clear because I already have 3 dogs. So
So what's one
Another.
more? What's one more? Come on.
One more doggo at the
no,
house.
you should totally get a second one. She would love a little friend.
I'm sure that she would,
And
but
is it
I
like
don't
a
know
boxer?
if I. That's just the one that
What's
I saw
her
at first.
name?
It was.
Can I look her up?
Oh,
Can
no, it was
I,
a boy. It was a boy.
Can I
don't
pick
know.
him up for you?
You just get Zafira a dog. That's how it works. She would love that.
You can get another dog for me if I can keep it at the station.
We can't have
No.
a station dog
Why
here.
not? We have people here all day long.
Why?
It would never have to be alone.
At night, though.
We
What are you
could-
going to do at night?
He
What do you
would
mean? It could
sleep.
come home with
Oh,
one of
yeah,
us.
no big deal.
One of us, we could trade it off, Then we wouldn't have to worry if we got a station dog.
Okay,
You know the
that
worst
feels-
part? Wait, listen. The worst part about having a dog is figuring out what to do with it when you go on vacation.
Yeah.
But if we had a station dog, we wouldn't have to worry about
No,
that.
because then everybody's trying to push the dog onto someone else for the night.
Yeah, exactly.
And I live the closest, and I know that's what you guys are
And you
doing.
already have
Nikki's
3
every
anyway,
weekend.
so it'd be like, what's one more?
Every Saturday and
And
Sunday.
I'm very soft-hearted. I'd be like, "Oh, come on home," and then eventually just lives there.
Yeah.
I think you should, not so that we're just managing your life, but I think you should seriously consider for Valentine's Day adopting the second dog. Okay.
I will consider. I would love a second dog.
By considering, I mean doing it.
I
Yeah,
would
not
love
messing
it.
around here.
We can
But
drive you over
I'm
there.
not the only person involved in the decision making. I'm not trying to kick the chair out from my wife or anything, but maybe she's a little hesitant to add another dog to the
Because
mix.
She feels your energy.
She feels she's just feeding off of me.
It doesn't seem like you're confident enough for the second dog. You need to be like, we're getting a
I'm
second
not.
dog.
I don't-
You can handle it. I know you can do it.
I don't want to emotionally see a cute dog and see that it's only $18 and go, that's a dog for me. And then a month from now, I'm trying to be responsible.
You
Because this is
are.
what happened, especially during the pandemic, right? A bunch of people were like, oh, I'm bored. Oh, I need some companionship. How about a dog? And then after a while, they realize they don't want to take care of it. They can't take the responsibility. I don't want that.
You're
I'm trying to be
different.
responsible.
You already
you are
have a
responsible.
dog.
Yeah, you already have a dog. What's one more?
I
What's
just don't
one
know
more?
why it's me that has to get the other dog.
All right, well,
It
and
just
not one
here-
of
seems
you
like you're already
guys.
considering, It seems like you already kind of want
Can
it.
we
Deep
talk?
down you do.
Can we talk one of the other? And you know what? It's $18 up front, but I'd have to pay pet rent
I got
extra
it.
every month.
I
You got it. You're going to cover
I got
that
it.
too.
Not a
I
big
got
deal.
it. I got it, and I would like everybody
It
to
sounds like you're
text.
just going to pay for everything, so
I
I don't
might
know
as
why
well
you just
have it.
take it. Yeah.
We just want you to take care of it, Hudson. We want Zafira to be happy. You'd be so happy with the second dog.
I think
Think of
she's
the
pretty
content.
happy. I think
Think of the content on air, Hudson.
That'd be content. That makes it. If the station will pay for it, that makes it tempting between the station and Nikki.
Yeah, I'll get it. We'll all get it covered.
If you pay for all the problems it causes.
and if you go out of town, I'll watch him.
Yeah.
There we go. You have no excuse.
Yeah, exactly. No big deal.
It's tempting.
The Riot Podcast.
Radio View.
I'm obviously the station diet expert because I've been going for a month doing pretty good.
Well, yeah, that was your resolution for New Year's, and you're still going.
I'm still going. I'm sticking on it because I haven't hit my goal weight. I knew I wouldn't hit it by this time, but I'm staying pretty consistent. But Isaiah is our fitness expert because he actually goes to the gym.
Yeah, I mean, when you're the only one that goes, it just makes you the fitness
it
expert.
automatically.
It does,
You
it
might be the only
does.
person in the whole building that goes to the gym.
Yeah, that might be accurate.
So you're
know,
our
does
fitness
Nene
expert.
work
Nene might work out. I think
He
you
might.
mentioned that. I think you
He's in
mentioned
pretty
that.
good shape.
He goes to the gym.
So Isaiah, give us the scoop on this story about working out.
See, this story,
Tell us why we should care.
I found this yesterday, and yet this is another one of those stories where like we tell you, but I just don't even, I can't even believe it myself.
Even don't endorse it fully.
I cannot endorse this, but it says.
That's because the whole webpage looks like a spam ad.
Oh yeah, I know, literally.
So I don't know how real it is.
Studyfinds.org came out with
we love this website.
a little study that said even performing just one bicep curl at maximum effort, just once a day, can improve your strength by 10% over the course of a month. You could do one curl a day, couldn't you?
I can do that. I have a set of like free weights.
Yeah, just
that
do
I
one.
don't even put to good use whatsoever.
Everybody's got time for one, but realistically though, I just can't even imagine that increasing your strength by 10%. What's that even mean?
Well,
What's 10%?
over a month, if you're lifting like 50 pounds with one arm,
If
you don't
your
think that
muscle
would-
strength is so low,
True.
sometimes you've not been low enough.
Right.
Where
It's
you
just-
realize that 3 seconds of lifting weights can actually improve something.
That's 100% right, because it's just the same as with a diet. Like if you just are used to eating whatever, if you're used to never doing any physical exertion whatsoever, not lifting any weight, just like with a diet, if you go a week where you don't eat anything or where you really limit yourself, you're going to lose a ton of weight that first week. You go a month where you're lifting one bicep curl a day, you're going to increase your bicep strength quite a lot just in that 1 month.
They said that one muscle contraction at max effort for 3 seconds a day, 5 days a week, over 4 weeks. That's when they started to notice how it really did make a change.
And if you're doing one,
then you might do more.
You might as well just do two or
Yeah.
3 or see how many you can do. And then see if you can do that every day.
They say even 60 seconds in 4 weeks can increase your muscle strength. So I think they're just trying to encourage people to just do the bare minimum.
Literally.
And then you're like, no, that really makes a change. And with that little tiny bit of positive enforcement, you will hit the gym and do way more.
You dip your toe in the water with the lifting a bicep curl, and then all of a sudden it's like, this isn't so bad.
Do you lift, Isaiah, or do you just do like cardio stuff?
what
No,
do you
I
do?
hate running. I hate it.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate it. I can't. I don't run. I don't. I just
But just
lift.
3 seconds a day.
I know. To change your life.
3 seconds of running.
Actually,
Yeah,
they don't
no.
say about cardio.
No, the running, I hate the running. So I can never get if I run, I try to run like once a week.
Yeah.
And I constantly, that's the one thing that I do skip almost every week. So
We're going to have to find a study about that.
yeah, I know. So if you can give me a study about if I can run for like 1 minute, and then that would increase my cardio.
You just do a full sprint to your car after work every day.
Exactly.
And that's all you...
I'm like, I'm out of here. Did my cardio for the day.
That's all you have to do. So I guess if you have not tried lifting or like weight training, they say even a few seconds a day can really help improve your muscle strength.
Thank you for finding this, Isaiah. I'm
Of
going to start
course.
doing one bicep curl a day.
We can come back in a month
Yeah.
and we'll do progress pictures.
You won't believe how big my muscles will be.
and
Don't
Hudson's going to be
forget-
huge.
Alternate your arms though. So that's
Yeah.
not like one
Oh,
arm
I was going to do
stronger.
one on each arm.
Okay.
Yeah. One
Of course.
each. One
I don't
each.
want to be uneven.
Well, I just want to make sure you remember that part.
The worst podcast with the best listeners. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Valentine's Day, Monday. Don't think we've mentioned that before, have we? On the show?
No. I mean, you guys
heard
have
that
no
anywhere?
idea.
So Valentine's Day coming up, and you know what comes with Valentine's Day a lot of the times can be engagements.
Oh, yeah.
It's a big day for proposals, I would imagine.
Sure.
I don't have any data on that, but I do have data here, a survey on the best and worst places and ways for the proposal to take place.
So that way, if you're going to propose this weekend and Hudson tells you it's one of the worst ones,
You might want to think twice, huh?
you have a few days to change it up.
Yeah. So let's start with the positives. Let's start with they asked 2,000 Americans what would be basically a good way to get engaged or not for each of these things. So the number one approval rating was a good way to get engaged during a romantic dinner. 50% of people, even then, that's only half of people are like, yeah, I'd like to get engaged that
Well,
way.
especially now, you're like, who goes into restaurants as much? So you're
That's
like,
right.
Let's go through the drive-through, or can you go in and pick it up?
Yeah, right.
Just a nice romantic in the car dinner.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think for probably the 50% that say no on that, there's probably a decent split of some people don't think that's special enough, and some people think it's maybe a little too much. I don't know. Second place was during a holiday, which if you're, I don't know what that means, like visiting family on Christmas or something, or I mean, just any kind of Christmas type of thing. Or,
Hudson, that means you go visit family too much.
Yeah.
Some people
some people
go on a vacation.
Yeah, well, that's separate though.
And not see family.
But also, Parents' House, actually, we'll get to that in a moment, because that was one of the worst.
Yeah.
So some of these tie in together. See, because they've got, so holiday was second and vacation was third.
Okay, now I see your point. What's the difference?
Yeah, but the picture for the holiday makes it look like the British version of holiday, which is vacation. But I think that would be taken to mean that, like, on Christmas, but I guess you can do Christmas at your own house, but not at a family's house, but also not on vacation. I don't know. That's
what's the worst ones?
The worst. So but that was the top three, right? So here's the worst. Let's see. Text message came in, had a 41% approval rating. Really?
Someone's text message proposal?
Text message proposal? That should be lower. Phone call, slightly lower, 39%.
Actually, don't call for a proposal.
No, don't call for anything.
Don't call for anything.
Yeah. At a fast food restaurant, had a 28% approval rating. These people, like the people saying yes on this, they're trolling, right?
But if it meant something to you, I guess is the only exception for anything.
But so listen to what's weird though. So fast food joint, then lower than that, Parents' House, 24%. Sporting event was the lowest, 23%. Don't you think there's more people where like going to a sporting event would mean more than going to a fast food restaurant?
But that's so much more in public.
Yeah.
Like I would never
That's a good point.
I don't like attention drawn to me.
Yeah.
Can you imagine doing that at a sporting event?
When my wife, when I proposed to her, she was like, she did not want a lot of attention, especially with strangers. Mm-hmm. So that's not
fast food's not looking so bad, is it?
Yeah.
Go through the drive-through, propose, you're fine. Start your new life together.
Put the ring in the fries.
Yep.
And you're all good. So just something to keep in mind. But man, I don't know how much you can really take from this study because it's so much. And this is in a way what makes it hard. But in a way, what makes it like where I guess you should just be, if you can't even figure out how to propose, maybe it's not time to propose yet.
This is The Riot. Radio U.
So essentially, a man broke into a home armed with an AR-15. So he's ready.
That's a big one.
It's a big one. It's a big one. Took a bath, ate some shrimp, drank some beer, did some dishes that he ate the shrimp with. When they walked inside the house, he apologized to everyone. Gave them $200, grabbed his duffel bag, and left.
The guy who broke in?
The guy who broke in.
So was it their shrimp or his shrimp?
It was their shrimp.
It was their shrimp?
He didn't bring the shrimp. He brought the gun. He didn't bring the shrimp.
He didn't bring any food. He took a bath, and then as they walked in, he was actually washing the dishes while they were walking in. So yeah, he
didn't have the gun on him.
No, he didn't have it. He wasn't armed at the time. I mean, obviously he was armed, but he wasn't holding it, like washing the dishes with the gun in his hand.
Right? Yeah.
Hey, some people probably do that.
I'm sure they do.
No, it seems like it was in a duffel bag, and so they could see it. So they called the cops on that. I don't know. It's hard when if you hear about them breaking in.
Yeah.
So is it a case
and they
of
sound polite?
He was just having trouble and he just wanted a shower or some food or
I don't think
place?
that must have been the case because so he left the $200, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so
he gave them $200.
$200 that he had.
Well, unless
somehow
they just didn't know that he stole it from them.
Yeah, right.
It was their own money. He's like, I'm going to give you guys this back because I feel bad.
It was the house before.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. That's what I was wondering is he probably, like, odds are he stole that $200, right?
Yeah,
so
pretty good.
I wonder if they got to keep the $200 or if they felt like they had to return it.
Well, it looks like he was trying to apologize because he broke the window when he broke into the house.
Yeah.
It broke the window. And so they wanted to be able to fix it. So he left the money for that.
And the shrimp and beer probably cost some money too.
That's
a couple bucks, yeah.
But then again, if you're just going to pay for that stuff, you might as well not break into people's houses.
Yeah.
But it looks like he has other issues too because then the following day he tried to steal their car at a Church's Chicken.
Oh, wow. Come on.
Some poor lady. And that's when they figured out that he was the guy from the day before.
Yeah, you see his mugshot too.
Where's his eyes at?
Yeah, he's not doing good.
He looks sad.
He is. I don't know.
High.
I don't know if the situation is that he really was like hurting for money or whatever, but he feels like maybe he has some issues.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just out doing random crimes, taking people's cars, using his AR-15,
But he's doing
which
it
you
in a
have to
polite
wonder.
way. A polite way.
And you have to wonder how he got that AR-15. Did he steal that too?
I think
No.
he's stealing everything.
Because I don't know.
borrowed
Look, this
it.
guy walks into your gun shop. Are you selling him a gun?
Not if he looks like that. If he looks like that. But can you imagine? Because everyone always looks so bad in their mugshots. How do you think
Yeah.
we would look in a mugshot? Bad? Do you think we look that bad?
I look horrible enough as it is. It's a bad lighting and whatever.
How do they do
it
that?
really accentuates how I hadn't shaved and how I haven't gotten a haircut in a long time.
Hudson would look crazy with his long hair and his beard. You would look insane.
They make
in the
me take my
mugshots.
hat
That's
off.
exactly-
They would.
Yeah.
You would look crazy in a mugshot.
Unrecognizable. I'd look like Charles Manson without the tattoo.
So he said that he was from a town like 200 miles away. He'd been driving and his vehicle broke down about 100 miles outside of town. So he has a lot of answers.
So he was
The only
hungry.
thing- yeah.
Long walk.
Can you blame him then?
Yes, you can.
I mean,
Yeah.
he still broke into a house. Stole a car.
He paid back for it. What's the
Wielding
big
an
deal?
AR-15.
He tried to hijack a car the next day.
At a church's chicken.
He probably would have paid for the car
At
after
church.
Yeah. Literally.
You've made it all the way to the end of the Worst of the Riot. This show only exists because of support from listeners like you. Find out more and help out at radiou.com/donate.